Harvey Dick. Yeah, Harvey Dick is a piece of shit. He's on my list. That man should be banned for life. That's
Expectedly, Henry Garcia has come in the most brutal and devastating manner for Bill Haney and Harvey Dock after the leaked audio tape between them.
more obvious. This was a piece of art that he did, and I can't stand that man. That man helped.
Do you think he should have stopped the fight?
Hell yeah.
And he has wished all of them a lifetime ban from the sport, as they denied his son a more emphatic win.
I mean, everybody saw that. I mean, I'll give it this much. The first round, okay. I mean, even though Ryan,
With Henry Garcia's latest claims, the Haneys and Harvey Dock would likely be receiving their sanctions soon, and what awaits them is more dangerous than you can imagine. The bout between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia had one of the most intense face-offs in the recent history of the sport. And that wasn't just because of the fighters involved, but because of their parents. Bill Haney stood as the lone warrior behind his son, Devin Haney, having been separated from his mother while Devin was still a kid. On the other thanks, Ryan Garcia had both parents stand by him. His mother played a supportive role to his father, as her face was hardly seen, though her presence was felt. She had several altercations with the Haneys during the press conference, despite not being with them at the table.
He's going through a storm, that's all. You ever heard of spiritual warfare? Okay?
Whatever he's going through.
My son is good. My son is good. My son is covered by the blood of Christ.
I love you.
Don't worry about it. He's going to be good. He's going to
Even during the shoving incident at the Empire States Building, Bill Haney and Ryan Garcia's mom had a very heated exchange of words, with Bill Haney promising to kill her son come April 20th. And while Bill Haney and his son didn't fulfill their promise, Mrs. Garcia was firmly behind her son all the way. Truly, Henry Garcia is the most outspoken of the couple, especially with his recent verbal ambush of Bill Haney and Harvey Dock, however, that hasn't stopped his wife from showing up as much as she can.
that son of a. That's why I call him Harvey Dick, because he's stupid, man. And I hope people tell him that I said so, because I'm going to go after it.
In the match against Gervonta Tank Davis, where Ryan Garcia lost in the 7th round after a knockout, his mom had some words to say about it. In a video posted on a boxing YouTube channel, Ryan Garcia's mother showed acceptance of her son's defeat and how he accepted all the terms of putting his record on the line. Lisa Garcia said, "My son did his best, and we accepted the defeat with no excuses." She also talked about the importance of promoters giving big fights to fighters in their prime. Who cares if you get a lot of money? They're still gonna love you guys. They're still gonna love this sport, but we're not gonna love it if we don't get these fights, she said. After the fight, there was a heartwarming moment between Ryan Garcia's mom, Lisa, and Gervonta Davis at the post-fight press conference.
Yeah, of course. We signed it. We're going to, of course, fulfill what we signed, right, Ryan? But that doesn't mean to say that we don't think it's...
They symbolized the end of their rivalry and all the tough threats they exchanged to hype up the fight. When Tank saw Lisa approaching him, he immediately sought her embrace. Despite Lisa's initial apparent resistance, they hugged warmly, and then Lisa whispered in Gervonta's ear. Tank's demeanor changed to a calm expression, as if he was listening to his own mother's words. And finally, Lisa said goodbye by tenderly touching Gervonta Davis's chin.
Moving forward, and the rest of his evening.
However, Henry Garcia has taken up the role of a father and leader in his son's career. He has not only supported his son in his career, he is also known to declare war against his son's enemies. And the world is aware of their impressive conquest of their most recent enemies, Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has returned with more brutality. An audio tape of Bill Haney and Harvey Dock was leaked after the match, containing an agreement they both had that Harvey Dock twisted the match in Devin Haney's favor. And despite the fact that Devin Haney ended the bout with the very first loss of his career, it was clear to all that the referee wasn't fair. Many professionals and supporters came out after the match to criticize the officiating. And not too long afterwards, the audio was leaked. As a result, it's expected that Harvey Dock and the Haneys face the consequences of their actions. But before then, Henry Garcia has pounced on both Bill Haney and Harvey Dock like a lion would do to its prey. Particularly, he schooled Bill Haney on fatherhood and rubbished the example he was laying for his son. But before making these comments, Henry Garcia had already criticized Harvey Dock immediately after the fight when he was interviewed.
So
that ref was biased too.
That
ref was biased.
It was a wild.
In an interview immediately after the match, he said, "That ref was biased too. That ref was biased." Well, that was so little compared to what he said live. Let's hear him out. Henry Garcia was interviewed live, and he was told to make his comments regarding the viral news about Bill Haney and Harvey Dock, and his comments were indeed scathing. "They can go to hell. My son won regardless. Bill Haney is a disgrace if a father. My son has fought 26 boxers, and Devin Haney has the most disgraceful father of all of them. I wanted to meet the ref after the match for being so stupid. They wanted Devin Haney to win so bad. They dragged it to the scorecards so they would manipulate the result. And you saw it with the crazy judge that scored a draw."
Well, I mean, it's like being on vacation right now because we're still happy, we're still celebrating, you know.
He then continued wishing both Harvey Dock and Devin Haney, who are the main ones involved in boxing, a severe punishment for their offense. "Bill Haney is an idiot to do that. I hope his son gets a ban. My son has Jesus and he's clean. Those guys are crooks. They're crazy. Boxing is a dirty game, but we'll keep winning. We're coming for them all." He also didn't forget to hype his son as the new face of boxing. "Ryan Garcia, the new face of boxing, is coming for you all, and he'll rip you all into pieces. The ref should never officiate a match again. He should go sit his head in his little home. He can spend the money Haney gave for the rest of his life. And for Bill Haney, I wish him a safe trip back to prison," Henry Garcia said as he concluded his statement. All of these came after a recent live interview where he was asked questions about the match, the referee, and the future of his son's career. When asked about his feeling at the moment, he said, "Well, I mean, it's like being on vacation right now because we're still happy. We're still celebrating, you know, we're on a high and we're really happy that we proved a lot of people wrong and all his doubters and haters and all that, but we knew all along, so we're just having a great time right now." When asked about his son's performance, having seen all his drama from the very start, he said, "Well, see, the problem is that people don't realize the history of Ryan. You know, they see him as a YouTube star, Twitter, you know, whatever you want, whatever social media platform you want to give them. The problem is that people's perception is casual. They don't understand boxing. They just see what they see on TV or on YouTube. Whereas myself and other people closest to me know that we started since Ryan was 7 years old, and he's obtained 15 national titles, which is very hard to do. I mean, one national title is hard to do, you know, because there's certain steps that you have to take in order to win a national. Sean, the same way his brother, has won 8. So when you meet someone like my son, you're not going to see the YouTube star, you're going to see a beast. You're going to see a different animal, and that's what we knew going into this fight. Everybody was like, Haney is pound for pound, the best fighter in the world, and this and that, but they don't realize that he started before we did."
Didn't you? But since he's got so much pride in his ass, he just let it go. But now, literally, he's suspended Haney indefinitely because of the
Were you?
Henry Garcia was also asked if he was cool with the Haneys after the fight. He said, "I'm not cool with my father, and I don't think I ever will, because he's along with some other people. And the reason why I say that is because, number one, he's trying to be a Don King. He's trying to repeat history, which he can't. And he doesn't love his son the way I love my son. Your job is to be a father before you become a trainer. And this man didn't become a father. He knew his son was getting beaten down, and he still just looked at him. And Ryan was like, dude, are you gonna let this continue? But since he's got so much pride in him, he just let him go. That man is a horrible dad. People have a wrong perception of Bill Haney. I know him. I have known him since my amateur days. He's not a good trainer. He just stands there and gives him advice. I don't see him working mitts. I don't see him doing body work. I don't see him work. He's just a bad man. I don't even want to talk about him. He's a piece of crap. He got on more cameras than Devin Haney." When asked if he was pleased about the referee's performance, he said, "You're talking about Harvey Dock? Harvey Dock is a piece of shit. He's on my list. That man should be banned for life. I think he's Devin Haney's uncle. because this guy would protect Devin like he protected Devin when he fought Loma. He helped Devin so many times. It was so damn obvious. This man is evil.
Pleased with the referee's performance now that you've had a few days to think about it? Watch
You're
the
talking
fight
about
again.
Harvey Dick? Yeah, Harvey Dick is a piece of shit.
Henry Garcia is keen on seeing Harvey Dock get banned for life, especially after the leaked tape, and he's claimed to mess him up where he finds him. However, even in the face of intense adversity, Bill Haney is never known to be quiet, as he ultimately proved this in the days following his son's first career loss. Having posted a couple of videos since the bout, Bill Haney has even been more of a social media nuisance after the fight than he was before, engaging in verbal exchanges with all kinds of people, from musicians to activists and boxers as well.
Up high, you know, chest out, chin up. And that's what it means by being a Haney.
However, Henry Garcia hasn't been the friendliest either. He's been ensuring he missed none of the naysayers that had criticized his son's performance before his big win over Devin Haney. Devin Haney's promoter was one of the many Ryan Garcia fired shots at after the bout, and with Eddie Hearn, he ensured it was a physical confrontation. During the match, both Eddie Hearn and Henry Garcia watched from ringside. After an early scare, Haney was able to get back into his rhythm, and the fight was beginning to look like Haney was going to outpoint Garcia comfortably. That was until the 7th round, where madness ensued, as once again, Garcia's trademark left hook did damage, dropping the Dream, leaving him hanging on for dear life. Haney touched the canvas twice more in the same round, although both were not scored as knockdowns, and Garcia was deducted a point for punching, while the referee was breaking the two fighters up. Haney then seemed to be regaining his composure in the fight in the 8th and 9th, but in the 10th, the fight fell out of his grasp, as Garcia's speed and power were too much for him and was put down twice in the 10th and once in the 11th. Unfortunately, despite victory in the evening, Garcia's inability to hit weight meant he walked home empty-handed, as he did not qualify to win the WBC World Super Lightweight Championship due to weighing in 3.2 pounds over the 140 limit. After the fight, no love was lost between Ryan's father, Henry Garcia, and Matchroom boss Eddie Hearn, as Henry interrupted an interview with Hearn. Eddie Hearn, Haney's promoter, had previously speculated that Ryan might quit during Saturday's fight, a suggestion that didn't go down well with Garcia Sr. The fighter's father couldn't wait to tell Hearn what he thought of him when the duo crossed paths backstage.
Yeah, I thought, well done, well done. Oh really? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Hey, my son, you piece of shit. What are you talking about? You might, fuck you. You know you're a piece of shit. And that's what you... Who?
Jerron Ennis.
How about Pitbull?
You know he's good. Jerron Ennis is good.
They're all good.
Their exchange began as Hearn was trying to congratulate Henry Garcia on his son's performance, saying, "Big respect to Ryan Garcia, he was amazing," before Henry said, "You're a piece of dirt," to which Hearn responded with, "Oh really? Damn you." The two then continued to trade remarks towards each other, with Garcia saying, "Damn you, you know you're a piece of dirt and that's what you get. Now what are you gonna say? Luke Campbell and freaking Devin Haney, damn you." Hearn sharply responded with, "Jaron Ennis," who is the International Boxing Federation interim world welterweight champion, which seemed to soothe the dialogue, ending in an embrace and an apology between the two. A slightly peculiar and humorous moment as Garcia was airing his frustrations, feeling his son had been disrespected, but Hearn admitted that he had given his son his respect, and all ended peacefully after the mention of Jaron Ennis. After such an impressive display in the later rounds of the fight, Ryan claimed that he was not interested in a rematch, responding with, "Nah, no rematch," when posed with the question, but did give mention to a potential fight at welterweight with Jaron Ennis, saying, "Let's run it with boots," which may give further context to why his father softened his posture at the mention of Ennis from Hearn. But while the feud between Eddie Hearn and Henry Garcia ended just after the fight, Bill Haney and Henry Garcia may never become friends, as Henry Garcia has claimed. Their feud started as far back as the announcement of the fight, and even more heated during the pre-fight conferences. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia continued their war of words during a press conference before their April 20th fight in Brooklyn, New York. This time, the fireworks came from Garcia's father, Henry, who Haney claimed said something racist to him during the press conference. During the press conference in Los Angeles to promote their upcoming fight, Haney was interrupted by Lisa Garcia, Ryan's mother. Seeing what was happening, Haney's father Bill stepped in and began throwing verbal jabs at the Garcia family, which led to Henry Garcia throwing out his own insults toward the Haneys. At first, the elder Haney threw a verbal jab at Henry Garcia, claiming he wore a toupee and saying that he does not respect him for bringing up trash. After hearing the insult, Henry Garcia made his comment about Haney's hair. "Nappy head fool," Henry Garcia said. Upon hearing the comment, the younger Haney made sure to call out what was said. "Nappy head? That sounds like some racist stuff." "That's what he's looking like," Henry Garcia continued. "That's what he's looking like. I'm sorry, a nappy head. Us African Americans, we have more coarse hair than you Latinos. But that does not make our hair nappy," Haney said in response. Henry Garcia claimed, "It's not racist," and continued, "It's called a fact," to which Haney ensured what he said was heard loud and clear.
For real. You're a nappy head.
At the end of nappy head, I sound like some racist shit. At the end of the day,
hey, that's what he's looking like.
Really got a toupee on.
Looking like. I'm sorry.
"I don't care about facts or whatever you have to say," the World Boxing Council super lightweight champion said in response. "At the end of the day, we're African Americans and we have different coarse hair. That does not mean that our hair is nappy. These people are not who you guys think they are. This guy's talking about nappy hair. In what world is it okay to talk about a black man's hair? We're talking about a toupee. We did not ever say about black hair." Haney and Garcia then laughed together when their fathers trash-talked each other. As the rival 25-year-old American boxers exchanged plenty of trash talk, there was one moment in the presser which saw them unite to laugh about the insults flying between their fathers, Bill Haney and Henry Garcia.
Like I said,
Judge, wait, when you're the judge and the referee and everything that you guys did in LDB and
Come on, Bill. Stop
no, wait,
this
no,
shit,
wait,
man.
wait.
You always
I was a
bringing
dad.
up shit that- you know what, man?
No, because
You know what? Hey, weren't you a pimp? Hey,
It was Haney Sr. who inadvertently started the exchange as he went on a boisterous promotional rant in favor of his son. Garcia Sr. interrupted. "Bill, calm down. You're sounding like Don King now." Haney Sr. replied, "Now wait a minute. We finally get a chance to hear from the guy who ran amateur boxing." Henry Garcia was the judge, the referee, the parking attendant. He did everything for USA Boxing. Am I right or wrong, Henry? Were you the judge and the referee in amateur boxing?
Their son team that stayed down and we don't do that. You said all this pimp. No. But I don't respect the man with the toupee over there, your husband, because he's bringing up the bull.
The reason Haney Sr. brought this up was because the two fighters faced each other 6 times in the amateurs, with 3 wins apiece, and various arguments over who truly deserved to win each of those bouts. Henry Garcia answered, "Bill, the bottom line is they both met in the ring like they're going to now." But Bill Haney fired back, "No, I'm talking about amateur boxing. I was pissed off. You don't control this one." Henry Garcia responded, "Who cares? Who cares? Did Ryan give Devin his first 8 count? Just tell me that. He sure did. So come on, Don King, let's go." At this point, Garcia himself interjected on behalf of his father and said, "Let me explain this though. The reason why my mom became a judge was because we didn't have any money. They would give you free hotels if you were a judge. That's it." Haney Sr. dismissed this answer and shook his head, to which Henry Garcia loudly shouted back, "Go to hell!" This final comment forced the two fighters to momentarily pause their rivalry as they looked across at each other and laughed together about their father's trash talk. And ever since, there's no love lost between the fathers, after Bill Haney recalling Henry Garcia as someone who controlled the whole stuff at some of the amateur shows they crossed paths years ago. When they reunited in Hollywood for the bout's introductory news conference, Henry Garcia referred to Bill Haney as a nappyhead, and the elder Haney was also labeled a pimp by the Garcia clan. We make our boxing decisions because it's important we don't let the industry pimp us out like Henry Garcia has let his son get pimped out, Bill Haney told Boxing Scene. The biggest pimp in the whole industry is Henry Garcia, who didn't do anything for his son except pick up a check. He's not the head trainer, he's not the manager, he's not the attorney, he's not anything. But his conduct got Ryan into it with his promoter, with his manager, with Ryan's trainers. He's had several different trainers. He's letting everybody pimp his son out, including himself. Bill Haney said at 25, Devin Haney is progressing more rapidly than his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr., by claiming the undisputed mantle and preparing for his latest pay-per-view.
I'm going to approach you and I'm going to bring Devin to him. I mean, I don't know where the animosity came with a bullshit plan. He says he's from and he was in the penitentiary.
You know, Floyd never did what Devin has done, and if he could have, he should have, Bill Haney said. Floyd was never undisputed in his division, whether it was Margarito or Winky Wright or making Pacquiao and Cotto wait. Devin is what B wasn't at 25, never having a contract dispute with a manager or promoter, getting to the bank and pay-per-view. I don't think Mayweather was a pay-per-view fighter at 25. We keep discussing our numbers when B wasn't that. Bill Haney and Henry Garcia would surely be having a rivalry that might probably extend beyond that of their sons. But it remains to be seen what is made of the leaked tape and the possible punishments awaiting the Haneys and Harvey Doc. And that's all for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Until next time, peace out.